Welcome back to the Hockey Show, and today we, of course, are talking about the Dallas Stars and how they survived the death blow and are not getting eliminated quite yet, but it's not because the Dallas Stars were such a good team. If I told you before this game happened, and I said that Dallas was going to survive the sweep, they weren't going to get swept tonight, you would probably think, okay, they're going to put on a good team effort. Vegas is a really good team. They're going to go out there and try to knock them out, and Dallas is going to come together as a team and block shots and skate hard, maybe have a couple fights in there. Ottinger's going to stand up and be a really good goaltender as well, and they're going to get like that 4-2 win. They're going to grind it out, and they're going to survive the night. That did not happen whatsoever. This was the closest game of the series. 3-2 in overtime. Easily closest game of the series so far. But not because these two teams were playing so good against each other and it was just back and forth, back and forth. No, not even close. This was the closest game because these two teams, closest just means equal. These two teams being very equal to each other, and that's because both of them did not play very good tonight. Both of these teams, Dallas won just because they had a couple of guys that were saying, hey, we're not going home yet. The rest of, like, the 16 players on the team were pretty dull. You know what? I'd say 14 out of the 18 skaters were just out of it. Like, they didn't do nothing tonight at all. And Vegas, on the other hand, I gotta say, for the most part, their team was very, very dull. Like, they did not look like I don't want to say they didn't show up to win, but they just didn't show up to eliminate a team. You know, it felt like they were like, okay, let's just get this over and done with. It felt like they were going in there and they were on cruise control and they were like, yeah, we've got this tonight. The team already gave up last game. We're just gonna go in here. We're gonna play our game like we did last in game 3, and they're already dead. So let's just roll them over and put them into their grave already. But guys like Robertson showed up and decided not to let that happen. So by no means was Dallas good. Dallas was not good, but they were just like last game where Vegas didn't really impress me. Just Dallas was literally awful, like the worst. Tonight, it was sort of the similar type of thing where Dallas was not good. It's just Vegas was not good either. Like they were like a 4. Vegas was like a 4 out of 10, and Dallas was a 5 out of 10. So by no means were either of these teams good. This was a close game just because they were both not very good against each other tonight. And the Stars, their power play showed up, got them those 2 goals, the game winner in overtime as well from Joe Pavelski, the Captain America himself, saving his team's life. But really, it was all Robertson. Robo, out there getting those 2 goals. That first goal, I think people don't realize how tough of a goal that actually is. The puck goes off of Aiden Hill. He pokes it up or something like that, and he tracks it down and he goes from backhand over to forehand and then knocks it in. That's incredible. Insane that he's able to read that play at that speed. Because in slow motion, it doesn't look that hard. But imagine a real speed that black puck who's bouncing in the air for a second might go into, the crowd's visibility. It's incredible that he's able to make those type of plays. That any player could. And he makes that first goal. Astonishing one. The power play was all over Vegas. That was the only real time that Dallas showed intensity, though. For the rest of the game, there was nothing. It didn't look like they were determined not to lose. It didn't look like they really showed up to not lose their entire season. For even guys like Joe Pavelski, who this could be their last best chance to win the Stanley Cup, didn't even look like he was that impressive tonight. He got the game winner, sure, but other than that, the rest of the 60 minutes, a lot of the guys like Sagan and Hintz and just a lot of these players just didn't show up or anything. It's not like guys like down the lineup and Marchment showed up and were like, I'm going to make a big body play, get the puck, pass it over to Domi and score. They never did that. They were just, I didn't notice any of them. Sagan, I only noticed his name once because commentary said that he was getting off the ice or something. Like Rupe Hintz, the only play I remember him making was a dump into the zone. These guys did nothing tonight. And the same thing goes for Vegas, right? Vegas's guys, sure, more of them got on the lineup than just one guy scoring 2 goals. But, with that opening goal with Riley and Carlson and Waugh, I think, it wasn't that Vegas was, incredible on that shift. Dallas was very passive. They were skating down the ice. It was the beginning of the game. And Dallas's defense, the best I can call it, was passive. Like, they did nothing. Like, usually, like, the guy gets the puck, right? You want your guy to pressure him, right? Make the play. Get his stick on his stick. Get a body on him, right? Do something to force him to make a play. Not just be able to skate. Dallas did none of that. Sure, it was a great breakout pass to the wall on the outside. He can skate in, no one really on him yet. But when he makes that pass over to Riley Smith, there's no one like being like, oh, it's over to Smith. Got to step up into him or something, right? They were all just like, oh, it's bouncing. It's off Carlson and in. Like, they didn't look like they were trying that hard. Especially at the beginning. The beginning, they were like, oh my god. And I think this game, and real quick, Adin Hill was very good. Adin Hill was, I would say, other than Robertson, he would be the second best player. I don't know what the stars were last night, but I would definitely say Robertson first star, Adin Hill second star. Hill was fantastic. It's kind of incredible that Dallas had 40-something shots. I have no idea how they got that many. I did not see them shoot the puck 42 times or whatever it was. But he had a lot of saves tonight, apparently, and he did look very good. Dallas, when they did get their opportunities, he did look pretty good on them. And even the goals against him, I mean, like that Robertson one, the dangling puck in the air, I mean, I can't really blame Adin Hill for that one. The power play goal, Dallas was all over Vegas there. I don't know how he could have stopped that one any better. So Adin Hill, very good tonight. Could not blame him for this loss. Jake Ottinger, he did not show up to win. He did not. He had the one really good save against Mark Stone, but that's might be more instincts. I think Mark Stone could have made a better play there. That's kind of one of those Matthew Tkachuk type goals where it's like, I mean, yeah, he didn't really have a lot of time to maybe get it and try to make a different play, but at the same time, Matthew Tkachuk, his game winner, right, against the Hurricanes that sent Florida to the next round, he goes to the top, waits, fake the pump fake, reload, shot, right? Mark Stone there, I think he could have done something more like that because I feel like the goaltenders are instinctually going to go to that glove right over the pad, and that's exactly what happened. So I don't know if that was really a good Jake Ottinger save or just a good basic play for Ottinger, and Mark Stone could have made a better shot or a better opportunity. I don't know, but I wasn't really that impressed by that save. I know the commentary was going crazy over it, but I mean, looked good, but I don't think it was that incredible. It was definitely not a game changer. Good save, but not that important to Mark Stone. So, Adin Hill, though, was very good. Jake Ottinger was just passable. But overall, Dallas is lucky that Vegas did not show up to really win. They looked dull. A lot of the team did not look very aggressive tonight. They didn't play terrible. They just didn't look like they were, like the same thing with Dallas, is that there was no intensity. They did not look like a team who was trying to punch their ticket into the Stanley Cup playoffs. Tell me, if any of you out there are watching this, and the Golden Knights or Dallas or whoever, doesn't matter, gave you a one-day contract to go out there and play for them to try to win. This was their clinching game to go to the Stanley Cup Finals. Would you not go out there and have like all the intensity in the world? Especially in this game, they could sweep them, especially in a big game like this where you're going to sweep the team and go on against the Florida who swept their team. Like, this is a big statement that you want to plant here. And instead, they went out there and just looked pretty lame. And I'm just really shocked by that because for me, being a Sharks fan, I gotta tell you, like, I've seen Vegas. I know Vegas and their intensity and just they're, like, so all over the other team that they play against. And tonight, they just weren't there, and I'm just shocked because it's like, wow, this team's trying to, like, a lot of these guys, this is the second chance guys like Riley Smith and Carlson and Marchessault are going to get to go to the finals with this team. Who knows with how trade happy Vegas is. Maybe one of them gets sent out next year. Who knows? This is Jack Eichel's. Actually, Jack Eichel played good, so forget him. Mark Stone, this is his opportunity to go to the finals for the first time. And he didn't really look that impressive other than that one shot, Like, I'm just so surprised that a lot of these guys just did not show up and go, hey, I'm going to be the guy we're going to be the team that gets to the finals for the second time in 6 years or whatever. They just didn't show up tonight. So Dallas is very lucky for that. Very lucky. And overall in this game, I think this was a mental thing with Vegas. Vegas, I think going into this was thinking game 3, Dallas had already given up, that they were just going to roll over and die. And I think Dallas, for the most part, like 14 out of the 18 skaters really did, because they did not show up tonight. So I think Vegas was right in thinking they were just going to give up, but I would have liked to see them punish them a little bit more. This felt like one of those games in the regular season where you see a team play from let's just say the Bruins, right? The Bruins playing the Coyotes. Let's say the Coyotes, right? This felt like one of those games where the Bruins came in, were like, yeah, we're just going to knock them out. They don't have a chance. We don't have to skate that hard. We can skate at 50% speed and still be faster than them. And they're right. They are right. They are not wrong in thinking that. But the Coyotes have Clayton Keller, and he goes down there and scores 2 goals and keeps the game tied. And Boston is not really threatened by them. They're just like, yeah, whatever. The second line will score us a goal. We don't really need to score the goal. We don't have to go out there and push for that extra one. That's what it felt like. And then in overtime, the Coyotes got a power play, and Boston couldn't get the puck, and they blast one from the blue line past the goaltender, right? That's what this type of game felt like, where it was a regular season game where the better team came in thinking they were already going to win, and they rightfully should, and they got surprised because they didn't do anything to really knock out the other team. Or maybe the other idea here could be that maybe Vegas, it's kind of one of those things where, you know this, I'm sure everyone has been there, where when you play with and against tougher competition than you're used to, that's what makes you better. If you've ever played hockey yourself out there, I'm sure you know that when, during your regular season, whatever the hell that is for you, you play your regular season, you're doing whatever, you're just normal, but when you you go from, the next step, when you go from, middle school hockey to high school hockey, right? If you make that step, it's a lot tougher, right? Because the bad guys are bigger, and they're stronger, and they're faster, right? And so you're out of it at first, but you get better because with that tougher competition, right? And I think Vegas might thrive off of that. Because with last game, I don't think they were that impressive in game 3, and I think it's because they might go off of the team that they're playing against. And I think maybe this game, it's the same thing where they were not being turned into a diamond, they're Dallas has turned into dust, and Vegas, I don't know, I just think Vegas might run off of that tougher competition, being that clutch team, and maybe the lack of pressure tonight was what killed them. I mean, I know that might sound ridiculous, but just think about it. It makes kind of sense. If you've ever been in that type of scenario where it's kind of like the type of thing where you're in high school, right? And you do high school math. You're doing algebra, whatever, and you have to do your 5th grade cousins or sisters homework, their math homework, and it's stuff you've done 100 times that you pick it up and you kind of forget how to do it for a second, and you're I don't remember how to do this, and it's super easy, but you just don't remember it. You know what I mean? That's what I kind of mean, is Vegas might just be they're better in a push to shove scenario, and right now Dallas isn't pushing, so they're not shoving. So I know that might sound ridiculous, but that's just a speculation, a hypothesis by myself. But overall, I still think Vegas has got this series on lock. I think Dallas might actually surprise and win Game 5, and I think then Game 6, Vegas is going to push back. I think next game, I think Dallas is going to surprisingly have legs under them and is going to surprise the Golden Knights and win a 5-4 game. And then in Game 6, I think Vegas is going to shut it down and get that road win and go to the finals. That's my prediction, and that's all I got to say. So if you've made it this far, thank you for watching this. I'm begging you, please pick up your free subscription. Please. I'm almost at 200. I'm only 2 away. 2 away. And thank you for watching this. Too sweet, and have an amazing day, and ta-ta for now.